right, let's see. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Disney Channel dances we still remember.
Tibia, fibula, clavicle, rib. We call this the humorous, and that's no fib.
For this list, we'll be looking at some moves from several live-action series that bring you right back to your childhood. If we left out any of your favorite choreographies, bust a move on over to the comments. Number 10, Two to Tango, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Even when things go awry, as often as they do at the Tipton, the show must go on.
Now what do? Esteban is counting on us and we don't have any partners. I wouldn't be so sure.
Zack and Cody enter a ballroom dance competition with hopes of one of them taking the title. But when ego leads their respective partners to stray, the twins team up. The dazzling sequin jackets pulled us in, but the rows passed between gritted teeth absolutely ingrained this number into our brains. Once the power struggle for lead has faded, the twins' routine really starts to shine. The final lift may have been technically sound, but unfortunately disqualifies the unlucky pair from the competition. If we could, we'd definitely award them points for quick thinking and pizzazz.
I'm sure no one noticed.
We noticed.
Number 9, Interpretive Dance, Even Stevens. When you're young, you'll do anything for your friends, or with your friends. With the possibility of Tawny leaving for the School of Arts, Lewis finds a way to follow her.
I just like the overall atmosphere of the place and that whole, feathers and tights thing. I really want to be a part of that, sir.
Naturally, he enlists his bestie to assist with the audition. Lewis and Twitty look like they've just changed for gym class and forgot about being partnered for a presentation.
What is Lewis doing?
Someone's in the kitchen with
It's supposed to be interpretive dance.
Someone's in the kitchen, I know.
The way they happily flail about to spoken word and banjo playing never fails to make us laugh. It's the true embodiment of adolescent shenanigans, while also highlighting the importance of friendship and group dynamics. Number 8, Challenge Accepted, Austin and Ally. If there's one thing a Disney kid can't resist, it's a challenge.
Do it, Austin. Do it for me. Humiliate that jerk.
Austin shows where his loyalties lie when he fires a backup dancer that breaks his friend's heart. But in true tween TV fashion, they decide to gamble his spot on the team with a dance-off.
I bet you never seen a star this wild. Step out the car with the low profile. Tight jeans, low top fade.
The drama pulls us in as if we don't already know that the hero always comes out on top. Even knowing the outcome, it never makes it any less exciting to watch a dance competition, especially when the boys are doing all sorts of flips and tricks for the number 1 spot. Go Austin! Number 7, Crumping, Jessie. Gen Z may be tech-savvy and building careers on influencing, but millennials had the privilege of living through the crumping craze.
Thank you. It's a shame the world will never see it.
The aggressive and expressive style of dance soared in popularity in the early 2000s, appearing frequently in mainstream media. While the hype may have died down a bit, Jessie took the opportunity to playfully jab the dance.
No pressure. Just go out there and have some fun.
It's hokey and exaggerated in the way that all Disney Channel shows are, but that's actually what makes this particular scene sort of endearing. It captures the generational divide perfectly while the younger kids watch with disdain, as Jessie and Bertram form unlikely dance partners. It's surprisingly entertaining, and Bertram can really bust a move.
I have to go lay down now.
Number 6, the dance portion, Phil of the Future. Even in the future, siblings get on each other's nerves. In a ploy to get Phil and Pim to understand one another better, their dad makes them switch bodies. However, Pim uses the opportunity to embarrass her big brother.
Would anyone care to give us an example of a quatrain? Mr. Diffie?
Say what?
Phil's body is thrust in front of his classmates for an impromptu performance. An emotional quatrain is followed by some jazzy steps around the class. If those moves weren't memorable enough, don't worry, because his classmates made sure to take plenty of photos. Ah, the good old flip phone camera quality. To be perfectly honest, this seems like a pretty satisfying revenge from a younger sibling scorned.
How hard is it to figure out, Hairball?
Number 5. Twizzler Spin Sprinkler. That's So Raven. Back in the day, music videos were everything. Each chart-topping hit had a specific visual to go alongside it. Most of those videos had dancers who were hand-picked to perform.
All right, look, everybody trying out for the video, follow pressure to the studio.
Chills. Let's go to the studio.
Like many teenage girls, Raven and Chelsea took a shot at auditioning for their favorite artist, Pressure. Competition is fierce, and the routine is, well, unique, to say the least.
5, 6, 7, 8. Twizzler, spin, sprinkler, rock away, rinse, and repeat.
Many of us could do this routine to this day, but it's too funny not to get distracted by Raven and Chelsea's offbeat approach. We might just have to break this combo out for next wedding season.
Check it out, I've been working on my sprinkler. Yes, I totally nailed it.
Number 4. Overtime. Shake It Up. It must have been a requirement at Disney Channel auditions to be a triple threat. Nobody embodies that talent more than the cast of Shake It Up.
Don't you know I got mad skills with the hammer and drill.
The performance of the single Overtime is nothing short of grand. Rows of dancers clad in construction gear keep our eyes darting across the stage, while the synchronized steps are hilariously mimicked offstage by the late Leslie Jordan. Even with all the commotion and flashing lights, Cece and Rocky take full control of the performance. We can't help but think that maybe this was the inspiration behind Fifth Harmony's Work From Home video. Number 3. The Bone Dance. Hannah Montana. Even pop stars have to pass biology.
The problem is my biology teacher doesn't stand in front of the class going, tibia, fibula, clavicle, rib. We call this the humerus, and that's no fib. Why can't it be that easy?
That's a good question.
I thought of it first.
No, you didn't.
If you grew up in the early aughts, there's a good chance Hannah Montana taught you what a patella is. While many series spouted out the importance of an education in an after-school special type of fashion, Disney managed to hide its educational purposes with a smash hit. Miley cleverly uses the melody of Nobody's Perfect in place of a mnemonic device to study for class.
It might be crazy, but we learn that way. Temporal and frontal too, and now we're finally through. That makes 206. I found a way that clicks.
Although her teacher is originally against this method of learning, it clearly worked both on and off the show. According to a study from Harvard University, music can play a big role in memorization and nostalgia.
By the way, you got an A.
Number 2. What's That? A Hat. Wizards of Waverly Place.
A beanie. What's that? A hat? Crazy, funky, junky hat. Overslept, hair unsightly, trying to look like Keira Knightley.
We always wondered if Keira Knightley ever caught wind of her role in this iconic friendship song. It's short, sweet, and simple enough to catch on just after one watch, and also to remember more than 15 years later. It took something as mundane as headwear and turned it into its own little inside joke for kids watching the show.
We've been there, we've done that, we see right through your funky hat.
Wow, I was one away from all boys.
If you happened to show up to school wearing something atop your head, there was a good chance you'd be subjected to the full 10-second routine. Even if you didn't watch the show, your friends probably performed it enough to sear it into your memory. Alex and Harper made us all want to grab our best friends to create a ditty of our own, just as long as hats were not a part of the costume.
That's what I was gonna say.
Regis, Kelly, can I interrupt the talk show to interest you in some actual work?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Crafty Moves, Lizzie McGuire. Ethan was so cute, but so uncoordinated.
Parker looks like she's having a great time.
Floss, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The OG Floss, that is.
Floss. Is it? I found it on the internet and thought it was genius.
Finally, someone sees it.
Amy Duncan's School of Dance. Good Luck, Charlie. A simple routine even beginners can master.
Now we're gonna sass it up a bit. A shoulder, shoulder, tap, tap, turn around and and whammy, and whammy, and whammy.
Family moment. Stuck in the middle. The Diaz family celebrates Georgie in a special way. Self-confidence dance. Bizarrevark. Uncertain and certainly a mess.
First we do this thing, I think, and then we kick our leg, right? And then what's next? I'm sweating. I've completely lost self-confidence.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Crazy Legs, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. You may need a second to let that massive wave of nostalgia wash over you. If there's one singular dance move that early aughts kids collectively knew and loved, it was this one.
Fishtail and crazy legs! Crazy legs!
Maybe it's the timbre in Phil Lewis's voice or the chaotic swinging of his knees that makes this so iconic. It's always fun to see a series regular completely break character. From the very start of the routine, Mr. Mosby puts his whole being into these chaotic steps.
A good dancer dances from his soul.
It's almost as if he's been waiting on this moment and finally lets loose. You may not remember all the steps, but as long as you have crazy legs, you've captured the essence of the number.
Big finish!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.